Hey there, I want to tell you a story about a miracle that happened a couple of hundred years ago on an island in Greece called Kythera. And this story is commemorated today in our church, and it's a story about an icon of the Mother of God that appeared to a simple shepherd. So one day there was a shepherd who was tending his sheep in this valley, and it was a bare valley with not many trees, but just some bushes, some myrtle bushes around there. And he was tending his sheep, and then all of a sudden, the Mother of God, the Panagia, the Mother of our Lord Mary, appears to the shepherd and says to him that she wants him to find her icon and to take good care of it. And he turns around, and there in the branches of the myrtle bush was an icon of the Mother of God. And so, with great love and reverence, he takes this icon home with him and he tells all of his friends and his relatives what happened to him, that the Mother of God appeared to him and that he has this icon. But the next morning, when he woke up, the icon had disappeared and he had no idea where it could have gone. And he was so sad and dejected. And when he went back to tend his sheep in the same valley, do you know what happened? He looked and the icon was back where he had found it originally, in the bushes. At first he thought maybe someone had taken it and stolen it, but there it was in the bushes. And so he brought it back and he was so excited once again. And then the next day, the same thing happened. When he woke up in the morning, the icon had disappeared and he went back to the same place, and there it was again in the bushes. And from this, he took it as a sign that the Mother of God wanted to stay there. And so a very small chapel was built to the Mother of God, Myrtidiotissa, or the Mother of God of the myrtle bush, at that very place. And after many, many years, the chapel turned into a larger church because of all the people that came to pray to the Mother of God. And there were so many miracles, but at the end of the 16th century, one of the relatives of this shepherd was actually very, very sick, and he was paralyzed, which means he couldn't move his hands or his feet. And every year on the feast of this icon, September 24th, the man would either be brought by his relatives, or his relatives would go to the church to pray for him. But one year in particular, he asked his relatives to take him to the church. And so they took him, and everybody was in church, and all of a sudden, all of the islanders that were in church heard this great, horrible noise coming from the ocean, and then thought that it was pirates that were invading. And so everybody ran out of the church except for the paralyzed man, whom they forgot. And he was sitting there, and then all of a sudden a voice came from the icon of the Mother of God and says, "Get up and flee." And all of a sudden he just got up and started running, even though he was so sick that he couldn't move before. And it was a miracle. And he caught up to his relatives and told him of the miracle, and everybody was so grateful. And until this day, the family of that man who lived hundreds of years ago treat this icon with great reverence. And there are many, many other miracles that have happened because of this icon, but those are just a few. And so we ask for the Mother of God to give us strength and peace on this day that we celebrate the icon, the miraculous icon of the Mother of God, Myrtidiotissa, from the island of Kythera. Have a wonderful day.